Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to know about coming to Canada to study for your program as a student, coming as an international student. So I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know from beginning till the end. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again, and if this is your first time here, please, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any one of my videos. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what it is to come to Canada as a student to study. So my name is Joy. I'm currently in Canada and I'm studying my master's as an international student. I study at the University of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and I'm going to be sharing with you now. I want to state a very big disclaimer here. I'm not a licensed immigration agent. I'm not a licensed immigration agent. I just say things based on my own personal experiences, based on what I've read. Please make sure you do your own due diligence by going to the IRC platform website, the CIC website, and check there for updates, for whatever things you need to know, and do your own research. This video is solely for informational purposes and to educate you. I'm just talking based on my own experience and based on also on the experiences of other persons I've actually seen. So you want to come to Canada as a student, you want to study in Canada, you want to use that as an opportunity to immigrate. A wonderful, beautiful dream. It was a dream I had while I was still in my university in Nigeria. So I'm going to share with you the stages. So basically it's divided into two main stages. The third stage is basically like something that is easily being done, but these are the two main stages. So the first stage you want to do is getting your admission. Hi, so when it comes to the first stage, you have to get your admission. So you want to decide what do you want to come here to study for. So you want to study for your undergraduate, you want to study for a master's program, you want to study for a PhD program, or you want to study for a diploma program, you want to study for a postgraduate diploma. And here they have what they call a postgraduate certificate. So meaning that it's like a 1 year certificate for graduate as well too. So whatever it is you want to come here to study, that is the first. For the first thing you need to do is getting your admission, and you have to be able to know, okay, what school will I be going to. I'm going to do a video on that, choosing the school, what you should look out for when you're choosing your school here. And also you want to also look at the school requirements. So if, for example, you want to come here to study for a graduate certificate, for instance, in human resource, that's just an example. Now you want to check out, okay, what are the requirements, what is needed. Now most times they need you to have a bachelor's degree, right? But for most times, for master's degree, it's usually higher. You know, they might require that you have a certain amount of CGPA back from your home country, and secondly, they might also require that you have a series of recommendation, references, research. We're going to go deep down into that. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel right now. And so that is, you want to check for the admission requirements. What are the admission requirements? So before you think about the admission requirement, what you should have about 3 to 4 courses that you would like to study. So first thing you want to look at is, what did I study in my university? Where am I? If you're coming for an undergraduate program, you want to look at maybe where was your specialization? Is it in the commercial? Is it in the art? Were you more business inclined? Or what is your background? So your background includes your past studies, your training, your professional certifications, and also includes your work experience as well. So that should influence the kind of course you're coming to study. So great, you found the course you want to study, you found the college. I'm going to go deep down into that in another video, not this video, because choosing a university or choosing a college that you want to go to is another thing entirely on its own. So that aspect, so once you've chosen it, you've chosen the school you want to go to, you have to make sure that you meet the requirements. So every school has their own different requirements for admission. So if you have met the requirements for the admission, so it's left for you to apply to the school. Most times they allow online application. The point to note here is that please try as much as possible to say your legal names. Don't make mistakes. The way it is on your international passport, that is the way it should be on whenever you are applying. So wherever it is you're applying for, whether for masters or PhD. Now for research-based masters and PhD, most times you have to contact a potential supervisor. That's why I'm saying that these things will be in another different video entirely. You have to contact a potential research supervisor before you are able to apply for the admission. So that's like another video entirely. I'm going to explain all that process to you. Then after you've gotten your admission, that is the first stage. So that you get it, then you pay your application fees for the admission. It depends on the school. So different schools with their own different application fees. Now, major thing in admission is that make sure you're coming to two things. Make sure you're, number one, make sure you're coming to a DLI. DLI meaning that a designated learning institute here in Canada. Those are the institutes that actually recognize, and that is what is going to enable you to apply for your study permit. Secondly, you also want to make sure that, except you want to study here and go back to your home country immediately, but if you want to study here and still work here for a while, please make sure that your school is eligible for a PG work permit. Not every school has that. Most times, especially private colleges and private colleges, most of them do not have that, and they do not even tell the student applying. So please do your research well. Please do your research very well before you think of applying to any school. Make sure that they give you work a PG, they're eligible, or the program you're going for is eligible for a PG work permit. So sometimes I've heard about people that came here, they were studying a private college, and at the end of the day they told them you're not eligible for a PG work permit. Of course, once your study permit is out, is expired, you have to go back to your country. That's the rule here. So make sure that the school you're choosing has a PG work permit. So once you've gotten your admission, yay, congratulations. Let's go to the next point. Again, point number 2 is where is the most admission is important. Of course, without admission you cannot be able to go to point number 2, but point number 2 is one of the most important. So you see a lot of persons getting admissions very easily, but now let's come to the main thing. Your visa. Like, your visa is one of the most important aspects. So without having your study permit, you cannot be eligible to study, even if you have your admission here, except when you study online and you cannot apply for a PG work permit or whatever. So basically, you need a study permit to be in Canada as a student, as an international student. So I'm going to be sharing with you tips. Like I said, I'm not a licensed immigration agent. Please go to the CIC website. Please, like I said for the previous point as well, the CIC website has a lot of links to schools that so you can check your college or your school there, your school you intend to go to. The schools that are eligible for a PG work permit, designated learning institute in each province in Canada. So the main thing now is, after you've gotten your admission, congratulations. The next thing you want to do is getting your visa. So you need to get the document. Now in Canada, there are 3 main things. Now there are other things you look at, but the visa officer look at 3 main things. So permit me, I need to look at some things here. So basically, the visa officer actually looks more on your proof of fund, proof of identity, proof of acceptance, and there are other documents. Now your purpose of coming to Canada, and to make sure that you have enough ties back at home. So you want to make sure you produce documents that prove all of that. So the first stage is to get your documents. What are the documents required? Well, first of all, there are some documents, forms that you need to fill on the platform, on the online on the application, on your visa application. It is very, very, very important for you to fill these forms with utmost honesty. Please don't lie. don't lie, because even if you want to get away with it when you're filling this form, some persons lie that maybe their mothers are dead whereas their mother is still alive just to prove a point. No, you don't have to begin to lie and say all those kind of, because at the end of the day, maybe later you become a permanent resident and your mother now says maybe you get married and now mother now say wants to come and do omugo for you, or in Canada here, and they will check the record and they will say, sorry ma, when your son was applying he said you were dead. So it's going to affect everybody. So please state the correct information. Your mother, your father, everybody in your family. There's some extreme cases, but please do not lie. For that form, fill it with utmost honesty. There are basically major forms for study permits made outside of Canada. Those are the forms you're going to fill. Then for the proof of identity, you need your international passport, and you need also your digital passport. Digital passport meaning that normal passport, like a white background passport that it makes you a little bit ugly. All right, so the next thing is, do you want to prove that you have your letter of acceptance? So that is your admission letter. So most times when school give you admission, they will send an admission letter for you, and they will state it there that you can use this letter to apply for your study permits, right? So you need to be able to prove that and upload that. Okay, that this is the reason why you're coming to Canada is to study in this particular university, in this particular college. Yeah. Then the third thing is, you need to be able to prove financial support. Now this is the game part. Now for that financial support, you have to prove that you can pay your school fees in Canada without having to work. This is one of the reasons why so many persons get denied, and I'm going to go deep into that much later in other videos. So that's why you need to actually subscribe. But for now, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about that financial aspect. So you need to prove that your school fees, now your school will show you the schools you are meant to pay for a year. If you're studying a year program, 2 years program, 3 years program, 4 years program, whatever it is, now you have to show that you have that school fees for 1 year, and you have an extra 10,000 Canadian dollars. That is for only you. If you're coming with your family, it's another different expense entirely. I can't get the exact amount. I think plus a family member is about $4,000, $3,000. Please just go to the CRC website to be very sure. But I know you. If it's only you, you need to prove that you have your school fees and that extra $10,000, and that you can be able to still pay for the other subsequent years. So it's not that like you have just 1 year school fees. You have to prove that yes, you can still pay for other ones without having to work here, even though they know that when you come here you might likely work, but they still want to make sure that your main goal of coming here is actually to study and not to work. After, you need to prove, so there are different documents for proving financial support. So you have most times most people are not fully funded. So most times you can be fully funded by your school. So most especially PhD program, MSc research program, not course based now, research program. Most times you can have fully funded scholarship, or you could have a fully funded scholarship. So great if you have that, wonderful. Or you have a partial scholarship, great. But you still have to prove that you have your living expenses here in Canada. So you have those documents to prove that okay, I'm fully funded. Those are the documents. If you're not fully funded, so maybe your dad or somebody related to you is going to pay your school fees, or you're paying your school fees yourself. If it's okay, for instance, maybe your dad or your mom or your auntie needs to show proof of the statement of the money in her bank account, in the bank statement, in the bank statement. So proof of funds can come in form of bank statements, in form of GIC certificate. That is for some country, that's guaranteed GIC certificate. I think guaranteed is investment certificate. Then you also have proof of fund in form of scholarship, and sometimes also in form of educational loans as well. So whatever it is, then you need to also prove that even though you have the first year, you can be able to still pay the subsequent years. So this is why so many persons, they will feel, the visa officer will feel like, okay, even after paying this, he clears the entire money's account, how will he pay for the other years? So that's one thing that you need to be able to show and convince the visa officer about. So that's the part where you need to show what will be your financial support. Who is going to be sponsoring you? Are you sponsoring yourself? Are you fully funded? Are you going to get an educational loan? Or is somebody else going to sponsor you? That is one thing you need to answer. Then the other thing you need to answer is basically your other documents, supporting documents as well. Those now, the supporting document, major one is the letter of explanation, or what some persons call statement of purpose, or what some persons call your study plan. Now, this is one reason why some persons are denied. So you have to prove to the visa officer. It's like a letter you write and tell them why you come to Canada, that you understand your responsibilities as a student in Canada, and that you will not exceed you will not stay illegally. Basically, you will not stay illegally here, and even though you know your time has expired, you're going to leave here. Even if you're going to extend it maybe via work permit or something, but you just have to make sure that you convince the visa officer that you know that your reason for coming here is majorly to study and nothing else. That is very, very important. That is number one important thing you need to know when you're writing. So many persons get denied because they're not able to write a proper study plan, a proper letter of explanation. I'm going to explain to you the intricate details you should include there. It's not about the length. Sometimes when you write lengthy things like that, it's not, no. There's some things they are looking for, and you need to be able to know how to put it there. I'm going to put that in the subsequent videos coming up in this channel, so you want to subscribe as well too. Then also other supporting document can be maybe your proof of employment if you're employed, your home ties to your country, your family, of your maybe if you have lands. We're going to go into all of that. You have land documents, maybe your employers, your past employers that you've been working in this social company, your BSc, that is your bachelor's degree if you have that to show maybe progression. So you study BSc in agricultural science, you come here to study BSc in MSc in agricultural science, just to show progression. Some persons, maybe those going for undergraduate, they can show their WAEC, their senior secondary school living certificates, their NECO certificate, all those many things. Those are extra supporting documents to make your application stronger. And basically those are the major things when it comes to applying for a Canadian visa. So major thing is, let me recap: getting your admission, filling the form. So you have the family information form, your client form, every form you need to fill by the CIC. You have to fill it with utmost faith, truth, be truthful, don't lie. Thirdly, you also have to your letter of acceptance, then proof of financial support. You have to show that if you're sponsoring yourself, you're capable of sponsoring yourself. If somebody is sponsoring you, that person is capable of sponsoring. If you are fully funded, you are on scholarship, you also have to show proof that you're actually on scholarship and you'll be okay here in Canada. We'll go into deep detail, because sometimes it's not just, you see some persons that have millions of naira in, I'm saying it in my own country, like millions of Nigerian naira in the account, and they still get denied. What could be the reason? We're going to go deep into those things. So those little things that the visa officers look at, and most times we are blind to it as applicants. So I'm going to go deep into that. And also yes, basically, so then you have proof of identity. So you have your digital photo, passport photograph, or your international passport. And you also have your family information form and application for temporary residence. Those are the three basic forms for application for study permit, basically. Then you also have your other supporting documents. So that's where you have your statement of purpose or your letter of explanation, the transcript. Some persons add their birth certificate, some persons will add family pictures, whatever it is to make your application strong. So your application, I want to say this as finally, is that it's not there is no one best way. Everybody has their own, there are different ways, they have their own different, is unique to you. So basically you just have to prove that yes, I'm coming here to study, and that is my main purpose of coming here, and I have the funds to study here, and I understand that I'm a student here, I'm a temporary resident for now, and I will go back. I have enough ties that will bring me back home. I'm not using that as a means of escaping out of the country. So that is majorly the thing you need to know. And yeah, so basically, the guys, that's it's about coming to Canada to school. And yeah, I forgot to add that you have to pay your application fee for 150 Canadian dollars. That is the amount as of now. I don't know if that money will be increased. So congratulations on your dream to want to study in Canada. I hope you've learned a lot. Now let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. As time goes on, I'm going to be uploading more videos explaining different processes to you, so please subscribe, share this video with your friends, your family. Canada is a wonderful place, to be sincere. It's a beautiful country.